Good day, everyone. Today, we're diving into the MMTLP situation from the perspective of the SEC and Finra as regulators. Our role is to ensure fair, orderly, and efficient markets under the Securities Exchange Act. MMTLP shareholders, listen up. Let's be crystal clear. The regulatory process for MMTLP is done. Complete. Finished. There are no loose ends from the regulatory standpoint, which is why you can complain all you want. We did our jobs. It's done. MMTLP shareholders, I know you're frustrated, but hear this. We did our job exactly as we're supposed to, and as we always do. This is why Congress and the Senate allows us to work as we do. It's our expertise. We halted MMTLP so there would not be a market disruption. As you're well aware, for 1,000 days there has been zero market disruption due to the MMTLP situation. This proves we did our job and did it correctly. The halt safeguarded market-wide investors from further risks like naked shorting during the transition. Blaming regulators for making a bad decision misses the point. The point is a functioning market for everyone, not just you individual MMTLP shareholders. When we do our job, we have a focus on everyone and market-wide. By blaming regulators for making a bad decision misses the point. You're aware of how we operate in the system. You see it every day in the rising dark pool numbers, in wash trades, failures to delivers. These things occur to make sure the market is stable, there is no disruptions. Retail investors are not comprehending this, or should understand that we allow brokers, Finra members, and hedge funds the flexibility they need to provide liquidity. It's not about fairness in every individual case. It's about maintaining a functioning market. If you didn't grasp that, that's on you, not us. The system prioritizes stability over isolated complaints. Stop pointing fingers at us for doing what keeps the markets running smoothly. Retail's fault lies in not understanding these realities, loopholes, exceptions, and all that ensure liquidity and prevent systemic breakdowns.
Now, let's shift to the view from Capitol Hill. As representatives of Congress and the Senate, we oversee the SEC and Finra to ensure they uphold market integrity. And in the case of MMTLP, we're here to tell you, the regulatory process worked precisely as it should. It settled the matter by halting trading, clearing FTDs, and facilitating the corporate action without disrupting the broader market. This protected investors overall and kept the system functioning. That's our priority. We back this fully. The Trump administration, with its focus on efficient government, aligns with this outcome through initiatives like DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. The FBI and DOJ? They're probing related allegations where evidence warrants, but they support the halt as a necessary step to prevent fraud escalation. No one's turning a blind eye. The system operated by design to maintain order. MMTLP shareholders, blame yourselves for not understanding. You know how regulators do things, allowing necessary mechanisms for liquidity, even if it feels unfair or not strictly by the book in your eyes. It doesn't matter if you dislike it or question the laws. This is how we ensure the world's best market. Congress and the Senate stand firm. Regulators did their job. Stop blaming them for a bad decision. It's your misunderstanding of the system that's the issue. Move on, the market has.
We have laws against it precisely so we can get away with it. Corruption is our protection.
Let's talk about a pivotal date, December 8, 2025. This marks roughly 3 years since the MMTLP halt on December 9, 2022, under SEC and Finra rules, like SEA Rule 17A, for broker-dealers and firms must retain trade records, ledgers, and related data for at least 6 years, but certain operational logs, communications, and non-core data can be purged after shorter periods, often 3 years if not under litigation hold. For MMTLP, with no active enforcement actions mandating preservation, data spoliation, routine destruction, becomes permissible around this date. For those unbelieving souls, don't forget we can always delete the data and yell it was a glitch if someone's feathers gets in a ruffle. You seem to forget that we are human, and therefore we can delete on error, and it will still benefit us, and say we are sorry it was a glitch, but we were right anyway. The data dump on MMTLP. This creates a final ending point. Once data is legally destroyed, think trade logs, settlement records, or internal Finra memos not deemed essential, it shuts down avenues for reopening the case. Courts can't compel non-existent evidence. Congress and the Senate won't revisit without hard proof. And you have none. Yes, we know you think you do. We know MMTLP believe it is evidence, but remember NO court in 3 years over 22 court cases, every court has said you have no evidence that the court will accept. We, the SEC and Finra, can finally move on, as can the system. MMTLP shareholders, this is it. The process is fully done and complete. The system worked as it should, protecting market integrity. With data spoliation on December 8th, 2025, there's nothing left to change what occurred. No more petitions, no more inquiries. It's over. Accept it and focus elsewhere.
Okay, as an MMTLP shareholder and retail investor, we've got evidence stacking up against the rules. First, MMTLP was on the FTD threshold list for over 40 days, way beyond Redress's 13-day closeout. That screams naked shorting and synthetic shares. The dark pool trading hit 70 to 80% of volume, routing buys off exchange while sells hit lit markets, manipulating prices.
Now, let's correct that from the SEC, Finra, and Congress system perspective. We're right. And here's why. Persistent FTDs. Yes, MMTLP hit the threshold list multiple times, but Redress allows market maker exceptions for liquidity. We cleared all FTDs by the halt. Data shows no unresolved deliveries. The halt prevented worse issues, proving we protected the system. Retail's wrong to call it fraud. It's standard to avoid squeezes that could destabilize markets. Dark pools, 70 to 80% volume off exchange trading is legal under Reg ATS and hit record highs in 2025, over 50% market-wide. Routing buys to dark pools minimizes impact. That's efficiency, not manipulation. We regulate for fair access. No evidence of abuse here. This proves regulators did right by allowing liquidity tools.
Third, no real settlement ever happened. Shares vanished without compensation, violating property rights. Fourth, brokers labeled longs as shorts, sent trades overseas to evade rules. We've got congressional letters, 56,000 complaints, and ongoing probes showing fraud.
Third, no settlement/compensation. Wrong. The corporate action settled via conversion to NBH shares. Many investors moved their shares to AST. It works. There was a conversion. Meta's 2025 bankruptcy shifted claims to court, not us. Again, the court has shifted blame away from SEC and Finra. The halt followed due process to prevent failures. Your due process was not getting FTDs. Probes like DOGE on Anson funds are targeted, but our process is complete. Retail misunderstands. We don't guarantee wins. We ensure market stability and market order. Fourth, labeling longs as shorts. Overseas routing. These are permissible under rules for hedging and global ops. No violations proven. It's how liquidity is maintained. MMTLP proves we did our job. Halting stopped potential chaos. MMTLP shareholders are wrong. The system prioritizes function over individual gripes. You wanted to stay with a private company, well, you're in one now. You should have sold when you had a chance. We told you to sell. You never did. No one has to buy. MMTLP is now next bridge. It's done.
For the market to function smoothly and securely, the best in the world, certain practices are necessary evils. Retail must realize this and work within the system. Dark pool trading, essential for large orders without price swings. Wash trades, if not manipulative, they test in systems to make sure they are working correctly. FTDs, temporary for liquidity, we enforce closeouts. Labeling longs as shorts, hedging tool, sending shorts overseas, global integration. Now, routing buys to dark pools and sells to lit markets, balances visibility and market efficiency. These aren't bugs. They're features allowing brokers and hedge funds to provide the liquidity that keeps your retirement pensions and trades flowing. Without them, markets grind to a halt. We need to do these actions to ensure the market works as we intend it to work for everyone.
Corruption? Corruption is government intrusion into market efficiencies in the form of regulation. We have laws against it precisely so we can get away with it. Corruption is our protection. Corruption is why we win.
The market we have now in American is one that works for everyone. No system is perfect. Retail must understand this. We at the SEC and Finra are in charge, and we help those that need to determine price and price movement that works for the system. Retail must stop blaming the regulators. They only need to blame themselves for not understanding how the market works. Retail must accept it for the greater good. We need a financial system that works for everyone, and single-issue stocks and companies cannot stand in the way.
Wanting people to listen, you can't just tap them on the shoulder anymore. You have to hit them with a sledgehammer, and then you'll notice you've got their strict attention.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.
Finally, if you still want change for MMTLP or the system to reclaim property rights, your only avenue is a constitutional rights redress. Challenge via courts on Fifth Amendment grounds, petition for amendments, or push Congress for overhaul. But understand, the system's decision is final. We believe, and data shows, we not only did the right thing, but nothing needs changing. Retail just doesn't understand. Stop blaming regulators for operating as designed. MMTLP is done, complete. The regulatory system worked as it should. Congress and Senate agree we did the right thing, and market stability is the most important part. Every aspect of government seeks market stability over single stock issues, so we get a rule as we needed to ensure market stability. It's time for you to realize we will not change our decisions, and there is nothing you can do through the system to make us change our actions. The market has moved on without you.